Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here back with another legacy video, and today I'm playing Ant, Ad Nauseam Tendrils. The deck, which has been declared deceased by many people many times, but that I still think is pretty good, and I want to see how it feels now. And I was given a list by my good friend Kai Sawatari. You should check Kai out. He does great magic art and is a very, very good legacy player. And Kai and I have a Ant shared sort of origin story. We first met back in Annecy in France, in 2000, and I want to say like 13 or 14 at a Bazaar of Moxen tournament, and we were both playing Ant, and we were both super sort of committed to that archetype. And so time went on. We've been brewing a lot of Doomsday together, and Kai sent me a list that had this card, Demonic Counsel, which is basically it's a demonic tutor if you have Delirium. If you don't have Delirium, you may only search your library for a demon card, of which there are 0 in this list. So this basically has no text if you don't have Delirium. So you can't really play, I think, more than probably 2. But we're playing Mishra's Bauble to facilitate Delirium, and it is actually pretty nice and pretty common in the one league I played to achieve Delirium by turn 2. You know, like a fetch land into a ponder and then play a bauble. You just need an instant, and by turn 2 you untap. If you have a dark ritual, you have an instant, and so you now have Demonic Tutor online. So that's pretty sweet. But it obviously it's not always going to come together. So this is a version of Ant that is straight Grixis. You could definitely splash your 4th color. The most common one is probably green, because that gets you access to Veil of Summer and Carpet of Flowers. I don't particularly like Veil of Summer in Ant, because like needing a 4th color or even just like a 3rd color on your combo turn can be a little bit of an issue. And so I'm not doing that. We talked a lot about how to beat the One Ring and Veil of Summer out of the opponent, and reached the conclusion that neither of those cards are seeing very much play right now. And so trying to concoct a strategy that gets around those cards was more trouble than it was worth. There was someone who invented or came out with this tech of this card called Torment of Hailfire back when Mystic Forge with the One Ring was like really popular during the Vexing Bauble times. But the problem with this card is you need basically just an exorbitant amount of mana to make this work. If your opponent has resolved the One Ring, it would be fair to probably assume they have maybe 4 cards in hand, and maybe they have like upwards of 3 non-land permanents that they could sacrifice. So that is 7 iterations of X that are just sort of wasted. And if they're at like 15 or 18 life, then you need another like 5 or 6 mana. So like X needs to be probably like 12 or 13 plus the 2 black. So obviously that's not impossible for this deck at all, but I don't think it's going to be it's that good, honestly. So instead, I'm just not going to be worried about Veil of Summer, and I think the One Ring is only a time walk. Like it's only the 1 turn, and we can see that face up. Versus Tempo, I am boarding in Tendrils of Agony and Empty the Warrens. Empty the Warrens, and also I guess Defense Grid, yeah. But Empty the Warrens is very, very questionable because of Tameo, Inquisitive Student. Because Tameo, if she flips, basically it's the same as just killing all your Empty the Warrens tokens. But having the extra copy of Tendrils post board and Empty the Warrens, like even if we just get like 1 swing with 6 or 8 goblins, that takes their life total down, and then having 2 copies of Tendrils in the main deck seems pretty good. We are respecting Upsal spells here with 3 copies of Leyline of the Void and 2 copies of Nihil Spellbomb. That was Kai's tech to go with this split because Nihil Spellbomb is better versus, or is probably more desirable for us versus like Demure Reanimator, because they're a little bit less all in, so we don't need to mulligan for a ley line, and you don't really want to draw ley lines versus them after the fact. And the Hill Spellbomb also gets us towards Delirium. But I think that's enough of the deck tech. Let's jump into a league. Alrighty, we are on the play for round number 1. I'll keep this hand. Kind of not great that Undersea Sewers is in my opening hand. There is tension between wanting to surveil and cast Duress on turn 1, but I think I'm going to surveil. Ponder is a good one, so I'm going to grab that. Tundra, eh? So what is this? Probably Cephalid Breakfast, Nadu Breakfast, whatever. Turn 1 Ponder, okay. Opponent chooses not to shuffle. Okay, I think I will Ponder and then cast Duress most likely. I'll definitely take this Brainstorm. I think I'll grab... No, I was going to say I'll grab Volcanic, but I need to Duress, so never mind. This plays into Daze, but then they Daze and, you know, pick up a land, whatever. That's also okay. Brainstorm, Force of Will, Daze, Voice of Victory can cast during your turn. What does this deck want to do? I'll take the Force of Will. Yeah, our hand is like very capable of beating a Daze, but not a Force of Will. Basic Island. There's Tamiyo. Okay, so they have access to Brainstorm and just flip Tamiyo right now, which they are doing. That means that next turn they can pick up the Force of Will with Tamiyo. So, and also like obviously the Brainstorm right now can find them more stuff, like more Force of Wills or whatever. So like a good draw here. How about an Infernal Tutor and we just Brainstorm into LED? That didn't happen. Let's hope for a good Brainstorm. Yeah, that was a good Brainstorm. So we get rid of 1 Brainstorm, and I mean, was it a good Brainstorm though? 4 cards with the Brainstorm, 5 with the Petal, 6 with 1, 7 with the... Did I say fetch? Can I count that? So 4 with Brainstorm, 5 with Petal, 6 with Fetch Land, 7 with first one. Yeah, okay. So let's get rid of Brainstorm and the land. And we should be able to cobble together something here. So they didn't find another Force or second Daze. Alright, so second Ritual went through. Let's cast the last one. And let's cast Infernal Tutor and see if they found a second Force of Will. They did not. I suppose I just win through the graveyard then. Not imagining them having 0 mana graveyard interaction game 1. We get to check their hand anyways with Duress here. Okay, they concede. So some kind of Bant mid-range deck? Not really sure. So there's certainly a chance of Veil of Summer. I guess I want the MT the Warrens. Maybe a Defense Grid or 2. And maybe Dress Down. Like if they have Deafening Silence, then we're cold to that. Let's get rid of the Chrome Mox. And 1 Demonic Counsel. And a Ponder and like 2 Bauble maybe. I think this hand is keepable in the dark here. Opponent also keeps 7. I think if they go like land go, then I don't Thoughtseize. But no, that would not count for Tundra. Aggressive use of a Brainstorm here. I guess they probably have a Lorien revealed then, which I can, I suppose, Thoughtseize away if I felt like it. Okay, Brainstorming is done. I think I start out with a Mishra's Bauble here. See what they put back with the Brainstorm. They hit a Shuko, okay. And I think I fetch Get a land in the graveyard, I guess. Not sure it matters massively. And we Thoughtseize. Double Force, Ghost Vacuum, Nadu, and they're drawing Shuko. I think I take a Force of Will. It's either that or Nadu. If I take Nadu, then they don't really have a lot going on. If I don't, then they can, like... I think I take Nadu and then try and settle in for a little bit of a longer game. Because I have the defense grid. Drawing another land there was not great. So the defense grid is going to make them force. And then they will have one force left. And then it's about who finds a way out of it first. Exile target card. This isn't even that great versus Past in Flames. And there it is, the Ghost Vacuum. They shuffle the library. Okay. So opponent shuffled their library after the ponder and is now deep in thought. I wonder if they drew a surgical extraction, which would, I think, be one of the only things that would make sense for them to, like, be able to cast right now. But I mean, you don't surgical one of the cards that are available to you here. I can't see that. All right, so it turns out it wasn't my opponent being slow, it was my connection that crashed. So they shuffled on the ponder and passed the turn. Okay, I draw a duress down. I think I'm going to run out this petal here. I don't know if they would play Daze. I also now can no longer see the cards that were revealed, so I don't know which those were, but I know they had 2 forces and maybe a plow, I'm not sure. Force pitching force. Alright. That makes me think they didn't find another blue card with the ponder, but still chose to give this up. Okay. They exile my Thoughtseize, so currently no sorceries in the graveyard. Lavinia, okay. Cool beans. Duress down handles Lavinia. So if I were to be able to find Infernal Tutor, or like Ad Nauseam off of the Surveil that I'm going to fetch, that would be pretty sweet. I guess the issue with the Duress down here, if I were to, if like Scalding Tarn surveils, or Undersea Sewers surveils an Infernal Tutor, and then I cast Duress down, and then the card beneath the Infernal Tutor is another land, then that's pretty awkward, but hey, you roll with the punches. Alright, here comes 3 damage. No attacks. Worried about me flashing in some threat. I get it, like, Lavinia's like holding down the fort right now. That's another land, we don't want that. Bauble? Oh, I can't cast that. Stupid Lavinia. Let me just play out this Underground Sea and we will pass. Meanwhile, the Ghost Vacuum just going to town, keeping my graveyard honest. I don't know. I guess as long as they're not attacking, I'm fine not casting this. Okay. Well, that changes things. I am going to wait until their end of turn to cast the Duress down. Their land. Does that change anything? Like, Teferi would actually be pretty gnarly here. Now they do attack. What changed their mind? I still think, like, it's fine that I Ad Naus from 12. I mean, obviously it's not great, but I don't... There's... Like, the only other play would be to cast the Duress down with Lavinia attack. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, we were basically at their mercy with regards to that. Okay, let's see if they have a counterspell for this. Or if that is even something they're interested in. If we draw a land, we can just cast Ad Nauseam, even through the Lavinia. Dark Ritual, okay. I mean, what are the odds that they don't have a counterspell? Well, I'm going to play the Bauble and the Petal. And then I'm going to cast 1 ritual, and 1 ritual only. And cast Ad Naus here. So this is going to be a 2 for 1, 2 for 2 if they have force. Oh, they didn't. Wow, okay. We flip Past in Flames immediately. Demonic Counsel. So if I flip Tendrils, I'm dead. I think I have to keep going. Haven't made my land drop yet. Couple lands there. Let's go for one more. And let's stop. Here comes Dark Ritual. There is a pause. Alright, I'm gonna duress here just to see if I need to be worried about something. Oh, is this Veil of Summer? That would be really annoying. Looks like it is. Okay, let me just check here. Did I board? I did bring in my Empty the Warrens, so let's try and go for that. I'm gonna make a land drop here, and then I'm gonna cast Cabal Ritual. If they want to meddle with Threshold, they need to use the Ghost Vacuum now, and then I can just sack something in response. Okay, so right now I have 3 instants, 1 sorcery. I think I'm going to cast a Brainstorm. Multiple Infernal Tutors. Okay, let's get rid of the land, one land here, and 1 Infernal Tutor. Let's fetch. Guess we get, fuck. Yeah, no. My Volcanic Island is already in play. Yeah, I think that'll lose it for me here. Because I only have 1 sorcery. And I needed to be able to make red to cast Past in Flames and then red to cast the other thing, the Empty the Warrens. Well, we'll see. Let's see if our opponent is going to react to this Demonic Counsel by exiling the Duress, which is definitely, I think, the correct play. Then, I guess, if they exile the Duress, and then I go Past in Flames. Okay, they take Lotus Petal. My dear friend, I am just going to sack this bauble now. They're drawing Meticulous Archive. Okay. Yeah, this has to be Empty the Warrens, basically. Then we have to hope that our 1 life holds up. Also that they don't have Consign a Memory right now. And looks like they didn't. I'm pretty sure if they had Flusterstorm, we would have had something countered by now. And then we pass. I get to draw a card. It's a Lotus Petal. That's nice. Nadu, Winged Friend. And then they get to flip 4 cards now. Let's see. Teferi doesn't help them. Neither does Tamiyo, at least not yet. Tamiyo obviously with a Brainstorm. But they need to hit a land. 1 more flip, they hit Soul Guide Lantern. And Voice of Victory. And I think we win then. Because I'm attacking for 22 and they're at 18 life with 2 blockers. Yeah, sweet. Got there. Off to the second round. On the draw for round number 2, we get an acceptable hand here. I'm going to keep Leyline Axe. That's the equipment, right? Double Strike Trample. Okay, so this is some kind of artifact aggro deck. Probably Patchwork Automaton. Thoughtcast. Okay, sweet. Okay, all the baubles. We could like imprint Ponder on Chromox and cast Brainstorm. Maybe I kind of like that actually. Get rid of this Tendrils. Or do I want to get rid of this Tendrils? Or is the Tendrils all I have now? I'm not going to natural Tendrils them. So I'll get rid of the Tendrils. I guess I'll get rid of one of the Cabal Rituals. And no. Should I Thoughtseize here? Give up my Surveil Yeah, happy to take that thought cast. They're not sacrificing baubles, I guess because they want big constructs and they want Mox Opal on. Too bad, drawing more lands here. Okay, so this next draw step will be my last. They make another construct. I fetch and get Undercity Sewers. Have to find a tutor. I guess Ponder will have to do. Double strike. Oh, am I just dead? Yikes. I think I am, right? They pay 3 to equip. Oh no, never mind. They had the Lava Spur boots. Okay. Yeah. Splat. Let's see what Ponder would have shown us. Shuffle. Yeah. Okay. Think Dress Down might be okay here. I really don't know. Like what I'm supposed to expect. Probably like a bunch of force effects. Maybe like just one Dress Down. We'll get rid of a Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, let's keep this. Kind of sucks if they have Chalice of the Void. Another game, another Leyline Axe. I think I bauble here. Ooh, Wasteland. How about that? Do I think I still ponder here. Like if they, yeah. So next turn I'll have 1, 2, 3, 5 mana. That's. I think I shuffle these. Honestly, I don't want the 2 discard spells. Okay, Cabal Ritual is pretty good, and a Dark Ritual is excellent. Now I do want just a discard spell. Pretty sure I'm getting wastelanded here, but you never know. Yeah, too tempting. Brainstorm. Okay, let's see here. If I go Petal Brainstorm, it puts 5 cards, 6 cards in the graveyard. What do I hope to hit? Just a single discard spell? And if I don't, do I then just try and go off anyways? Through the million force deck, the eight force of will deck? I think I do. I'm feeling a little frisky here. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose let's put back Brainstorm and Infernal Tutor. We hope they don't have second Wasteland, and we just cast a Ponder here, looking for a discard spell. We do find one, and I think I want another land more than I want the LED right now. Patchwork Automaton. Okay, just gonna yield here. You can play all your things. They only have 4 cards in hand, so let's hope they don't have like double force and a blue card. That would be annoying. Ooh, Flusterstorm. Okay. Okay, I mean, I could wait here, but I could also just try, which I think I will. No more black untapped fetchable lands. Okay, they do appear to be of 6. 5 is the storm count. I could go for, I have 7 mana, 5 after Infernal Tutor, becomes 1 after Past in Flames, 3 with Dark Ritual, 6. So I do have exactly enough to kill here with Past in Flames if they don't have any like recourse. Okay. Cast the Dark Ritual, cast the Cabal Ritual, cast the Infernal Tutor, get the Tendrils. Okay, sweet. Third game. Do we change anything here? Maybe a defense grid? No. 7 discard spells. I think that's enough. Let's try it. Yeah. Gonna keep this hand. Need an artifact to have the thing. The Delirium. Meanwhile, opponent is mulliganing the 5. Found another Leyline Axe, so 4 cards in hand. Okay, and a Chalice for 1. Wow, that was insanely good. I mulliganed to 4 cards just then, to 3 cards rather. Okay, well, Urza's Saga. No third mana right now, but they might have one next turn. I think I have to just risk Wasteland, Tendrils. So if I put Tendrils in the graveyard and they somehow like exile it or play like a Grafdigger, well, not Grafdigger's Cage, but like, you know, something, then it's see you later, but I think I have to try and draw something better. I think maybe I cast Infernal Tutor for another Demonic Counsel and pass. Oh, they found another land. Damn. Yeah, I need to draw like Cabal Rituals or LEDs. I guess I might as well start casting some spells into this Chalice to get my stuff into the graveyard. Okay, so any artifact gets me Demonic Counsel, but could be I'm just dead. Yeah, I don't think it can happen fast enough. Like if I were to draw LED and then I Infernal Tutor for second LED, then I have to pass and then I'm dead. If I draw Petal and I Demonic Counsel for what? Demonic Counsel for Cabal Ritual. And then I Cabal Ritual and then I'm dead. Yeah, too bad. They get a Soul Guide Lantern here. Wait, they didn't make a friend? Oh yeah, they took my Tendrils, so let's just concede. Move on to the third game, or the third round, I mean. On the play for round number 3. Yeah, let's keep this. And I'm gonna bobble them and see what they're drawing so I know better what to duress here. Counterbalance. Interesting. Who has Counterbalance in their main deck? Friendo. Double Force of Will, Spell Pierce. Woof. Okay, this is gonna be tough. This is hardcore control. Like back in the day, Miracles versus Ant was, I think Miracles were favored. Because they also have the Spell Pierce here. We can't even really like cast Duress now. At least Miracles these days, or blue-white control, does not get to play with what you call it. Does not get to play with Sensei's Divining Top. Okay, so they looked like they weren't going to cast. Okay, so now they ponder rather than take down Spell Pierce. And that will actually let me cast the Duress next turn and not have it be Spell Pierce. They don't shuffle. Thoughtseas. Okay, I mean, that's good. We do need a lot of discard here to actually have a chance. Let's cast this Duress. I really wouldn't mind if they Force of Willed this. Let's take the Counterbalance. Okay, and we'll pass. And then I think maybe like I Brainstorm next turn. They aren't really doing much. That was their draw step. I could try and cast Brainstorm right now, but I think I would rather wait. Get more out of it. Don't think we want this Chrome Mox, so getting rid of that is good. rid of the Chrome Mox. And the land, I guess. And let's pass. There's Caracas. And I'd really love a second Surveilland for games like these. Infernal Tutor, okay. I think... So if I float the pedal, I'm regretting not taking the land over the pedal. If I float the pedal here, an Infernal Tutor... I could also just Infernal Tutor right now, actually, and that will, we'll trade for the Spell Pierce. And if they don't want to trade, then that's even better. I'll just get another Thoughtseize. Okay. They did want to do that. There's a Spell Pierce. Okay, I'll pass. Not sure about this Ponder if that's correct, or if I forgot to click it. Okay, no Surveilland. That's interesting as well. They have here Flame Varnor. Okay, so they just want to draw 2 cards. Reasonable. This is really like old school control. So you know, this deck will certainly have Snapcaster Mage, so that we have to be cognizant of the possibility of Snapcastering back the Spell Pierce. Okay, here comes Ponder. Ponder shuffles. Okay. Mystic Sanctuary putting back what? If they really want to be grindy, they'll put back Flame of Arnor. Flame of Arnor. But they could also just be putting back Spell Pierce. I don't know. And Spell Pierce it is. Tendrils of Agony, not exactly great here. Okay, I'm gonna Thoughtseize. So they Brainstorm. Yeah, Tendrils was actually terrible because there is a world where I end up with like Dark Ritual Infernal Tutor Sack LED and have it be lethal, but then like I would go for the Tendrils and I can't. Force of Will pitching the Spell Pierce. What does that mean? So hang on. This is Storm 3. Let's say Dark Ritual Storm 4, Infernal Tutor, or rather Infernal Tutor Storm 4, get a Dark Ritual, double Ritual. That's Storm 5 and 6. Petal is Storm 7. LED Storm 8, and then Tendrils. Would I have enough mana for that? No. No, I would. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is forced anyways. Let's cast this, reveal a Dark Ritual, see if we can win. Like if they have main deck Consigned Memory or Flusterstorm, that's what they need. They do appear to be rather F6-ish here. Okay, sweet. That was nice. Nice grinding our way through a bunch of counter spells. Here we want more storm spells. We probably want Dress Down, or at least potentially. There's a world where we want Nihil Spellbomb. And maybe we actually just want Nihil Spellbomb. And I think we want to cut probably Ad Nauseam. Doesn't seem like our life total is going to be under pressure here, but at the same time, it's also like a spell that's very easy to counter. And I'll remove a couple of Infernal Tutors. Maybe like a couple of Mishra's Baubles. A Cabal Ritual. Let's try it like this. Yeah, I'll keep this. I don't think I'm going to be worrying about back to basics here. The Nihil Spellbomb is in. If they just slam a counterbalance next turn, then that's a little scary. Okay, but they didn't do that. I draw the sewers. Oh, that sucks. I was gonna fetch that. All right, I think Ponder is good here. They are signaling Red Blast, but I still think Ponder is worth the keep here. Ooh, no third land drop. Like that. For me. And I'm not going to give them a target just yet. I'm just going to pass here. Oh, they found their third land. Boo. I find more lands. That's also quite nice. I think I'm going to try this, and we'll see if they want to red blast it. They don't. Demonic Counsel. Yeah, that's... Demonic Counsel is fine. We can fetch away the lands. Alright, we pass the turn. Another volcanic, okay. Alright, I'm gonna get my volcanic, I think. And another land. Let's just pass here. I am worried because, like, I don't have removal for a counterbalance. You basically need to be in green for that, like, reliably. And they're just passing. They're moving to discard. That's interesting. Red Blast. Okay, a bauble. Hang on. Should I be saving that or playing that out? I think I might just want to cash it in for a card here. I think I will bauble myself to see if I need to fetch, which I do, as it turns out. I think I get the basic swamp here. I don't know that it matters, but might as well. Okay. Hopefully I don't have something like a Hull Breacher, but yeah, didn't think so. Okay, 8 cards in hand, friendo. Moving to discard once more. Another red blast. Okay. I would have to move to discard now. So maybe I duress here? Yeah, I would have liked to have drawn a third discard spell rather than the third ritual, if I'm being honest. Force of Will pitching Spell Pierce. Maybe we Thoughtseize then. Another force. Force pitch Spell Snare. Throw down to 3 cards. What was the other pitch? Spell Pierce. I think I take that and just pass here. I would like another discard spell. That was a pretty insane exchange for me, I think. I mean, I can still lose this, but like casting 2 discard spells. Alright, I'm going to play out this second Nihil Spellbomb. And I'm going to pass. And then I'm going to activate it at some point on my opponent's turn, one of these Spellbombs. Flame of Arnor, okay. That's a nice way to recoup the card disadvantage they just incurred. Yeah, counterbalance is not good for me. I think I might just blow this right now and draw a card in case I like draw a cantrip or something. And I do. Okay, so their graveyard is gone. I'm gonna cast this Brainstorm. If they want to red blast it, that's fine. Okay, so how do we go about this? I think we have to hope that they don't have a 1 on top. Okay, let's get rid of the 1 Dark Ritual. And I'll redraw a Lotus Petal, I guess. Okay, let's play out a Petal here. They reveal a Meddling Mage. Okay, sweet. I mean, that's not so sweet because eventually we will want to put a 2 on the stack, but let's see if this can't prompt them to fetch. So they Brainstorm. So I Dark Ritual in response. Alright, so second counterbalance trigger here. They just choose not to let... they're just going to give me the Brainstorm. Or rather, the Dark Ritual. Okay, and I'm going to cast my Brainstorm. Okay. So, counterbalance trigger is done resolving. I wonder if I'm supposed to, like, nuke my Spellbomb. I think I am actually going to do that to get 1 card deeper because I am kind of Brainstorm locked and it will make this Brainstorm better. Infernal Tutor, okay. Alright, so if they just leave a 2 on top, then that's pretty bad for us. But if not, then that's pretty good. Let's get rid of a land and a petal. Storm is not going to be an issue. Okay, so now they get to Brainstorm. They get to put a 1 on top, most likely. Yeah, I should have cast Dark Ritual in response. Yeah, I definitely should have done that. That was a major punt. It's 2 extra, like, free mana. Counterbalance. trigger resolves. And there's a Spell Pierce. Okay. Let's cast Cabal Ritual. Cabal Ritual resolve. Let's cast the second one. If this resolves, I'll have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana, so I'll have enough mana to do everything. Or actually, no, that's not true. It depends. Like, if they... No, I should have enough. If they have a counterspell for Demonic Counsel, and then another counterspell for Infernal Tutor, then I lose, but yeah, we'll see. Okay. Big pause then, and then what? Cabal Ritual resolved. Okay. Well, let's cast... hang on, let me just make sure here. So I have sorcery, land, artifact, and instant. They can't take me off any one of these types. Obviously, another brainstorm. We know they have meddling mage available. They brainstormed into it, so another brainstorm gets us here. But a fetch and just randomly finding a 2 also gets us. So basically, if they let this resolve, I'm going to get Tendrils. Then I'm going to cast Infernal Tutor. And if that resolves, I'll show Tendrils, and I'll have exactly 8 mana. There is one more Underground Sea that I can fetch with my Bloodstained Mire. And then they will have to have double Consign to Memory, or double Flusterstorm, or one of each. And then they deserve it, so... Okay. So that trigger resolved. They didn't... It chose not to show. Okay. And here is Tendrils of Agony. And now I'm going to cast Infernal Tutor. Infernal Tutor resolved. I'm going to show Tendrils, get the second copy of Tendrils. I'm going to fetch. And hopefully they don't have 2 spells that interact with Tendrils. Getting the last C, cast Tendrils. Well, opponent hasn't conceded, so could easily be they have something to beat this. Okay, so there's a Consign. Consign countered the trigger off of Tendrils. And then, you know, if they have the second Consign, they have the second Consign. I'm just going to yield here. Alright, here comes the fetch land. And any number of things will do it here. I mean, I'm not going to concede if they have this beat, because I think they will at least take... Okay, never mind. Well, at least it's not consigned. Oh, and they concede. All right, cool. I thought they might have Flusterstorm here. And I was going to say, I'm not going to concede because I still have Empty the Warrens and Past in Flames. And like even just drawing Empty the Warrens next turn and making 4 goblins is not completely unreasonable. But we got there. Really nice. Really happy with that. Got to beat the old school hardcore control deck. That is one of my favorite things in Legacy, is like playing Storm against hardcore control and beating someone with just a fistful of counterspells. I mean, our opponent went to discard like multiple times. Their hand was all spells, and they resolved the counterbalance. We had to get a bit lucky, but we also strategically had positioned ourselves in a way where we had access to 2 copies of Tendrils, and that ended up paying dividends. So yeah, sweet. Off to round number 3. All right, round 4 on the play. This is a mulligan. And we'll keep this. And bottom Tendrils of Agony. And I think I'm going to prioritize casting Ponder here, rather than Duress and then seeing a Wasteland. I think I take these, and I think I cast this, and I don't use it yet, because I want the Polluted Delta available. I don't want to draw 2 lands here. Which of course can change if this gets wastelanded. Okay, Ponder. They choose not to shuffle. Okay. All right. Well, let's bobble them first. There is a wasteland. That's good to know. And I'm drawing basic island. Casting Duress here. Question is if I even want basic island, even knowing that there's... Wow. Yeah, I think I do. Okay, I'm going to take the Force of Will. We have to contend with 2 dazes. And they're drawing Wasteland. Oh, I thought it was Basic Island. It was actually Underground Sea. Well, that's fine. Okay, so it looks like they're going for double days. Keep open Bowmasters. I'm gonna Undercity Sewers here. Love to find an Infernal Tutor or Demonic Tutor. Or Demonic Counsel, I mean. Demonic Tutor. Okay. So we're in a holding pattern here. Here comes the Bowmasters, I would assume. Okay, here comes the Wasteland. I assume they're gonna take out, yeah, take out Undercity Sewers. Here come the beats. Something good. That's not something good. Well, I mean, we're not facing a lot of pressure right now, but them having our cantrips like pseudo lockdown is a little bit of an issue. Another Wasteland. Well, glad I found another land then. They might not. I don't think they're going to waste. I think they're going to flash in Brazen Borrower. I think that's what I would do. Trying to get to close out the game, but I don't know. Come on. No. Oh, not like this. This is the like part of playing Storm I hate the most is when you just never see anything. Oh, they didn't flash in the Borrower. Interesting. What does that tell us? Does that tell us they have a force? No, it did. I don't know why you don't play the Brazen Borrower EOT unless you drew a Force of Will and it's your blue card. So there is that. Nethergoyf, okay. So seeing that you, but if you did, if that was your play, why didn't you Wasteland last turn, right? I think if I find Past in Flames here, I'm just gonna put all my bets on Ponder. Okay, Natural Tendrils could be a thing here. We'll see. Them being at 19 is not great for us. They beat us down to 7. We're at an effective 6 because of Scalding Tarn. Thoughtseize. Well, I think, let's see. If I Thoughtseize and then cast Dark Ritual off of... If I Thoughtseize and then cast Dark Ritual off of Scalding Tarn, they daze. Then I play a Lotus Petal and a second Lotus Petal, and I cast another Dark Ritual. Maybe they daze that too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spells. If they were to cast 2, it would be 8 spells, 9 spells. So that's still not good enough. But I can't really... Like, maybe we get lucky and they Brainstorm as well. Okay, I'm going to start off with the Thoughtseize. Because the thing is, if I just don't do anything here and pass, then they might have a second Bowmasters, which just kills us. If we pass, or they, at the very least, like next turn, I can't cast the Thoughtseize. If they have Bowmasters and then double days, that's also a way we win. They've drawn triple push. Okay, so I'm going to, what's the take here? I think I actually take the days, and then I am going to just try and make a large tendrils when I can't even do the thing I wanted to do. I would happily have them use a daze here. But yeah, large tendrils here, and if I get lucky and I like find a Past in Flames, I'm gonna save my one ritual here, and I'm gonna leave both petals in play. So this is... fuck! I clicked on the ritual. No! Oh, what a punt. Yeah, that was just me misclicking. Yeah, now I don't think this is going to work, because now drawing a Past in Flames is going to get dazed. Yeah, that was really bad. So I need to draw 2 perfects here. Not only do I need to draw the Past in Flames, but I also need to like draw Ritual. I gain 2 more life. I don't think that's gonna matter that much. Oh, that was annoying. Yeah, I would much rather be at 2 fewer life and then have the Dark Ritual in hand. Oh well. misclickety clicks will happen. They beat me down to 13. I'll take a bobble, but I don't want to grow their bowmasters quite yet. Okay, so if they beat me down now to 8, and then they can flash in the friend. So I think I am gonna Mishra's Bauble, draw an extra card, and then just accept that it's my last draw step. Oh, what's this? Is this Kaito? Would certainly seem so. But do you Kaito here? I suppose you do. Get the Surveil and draw a card. I am going to... Do I don't know. I guess I might as well bobble now because there's not going to be another turn. So this gives me a chance to see what they are drawing. So what do I need here? Just like a Ritual and Pass in Flames. Cabal Ritual is not good. Cabal Ritual and Infernal Tutor, not good enough here. Okay, they put 2 cards into the graveyard and draw a random card. I draw LED, and then like Pass in Flames. Because of the days, like LED plus a tutor is not good enough. Okay, we go to game number 2, and we want empty the Warrens, even though they are certainly a Tamiyo deck. A couple of defense grids, maybe an Hill Spellbomb. And let's cut the Ad Naus, the Chrome Mox, a Bauble, and a Demonic Counsel, and yeah, maybe a second Bauble as well. Like, cutting 2 artifacts, it makes Delirium harder, but we're adding an artifact as well. We're adding the defense grids too, but like I can't decide if they go into the graveyard. I can with the Spellbomb, and we're also cutting one of the Demonic Counsel, so I think it's okay. And I'm adding the Nihil Spellbomb also because this could be a Reanimator deck. They could have a Reanimator angle, and if not, then like shrinking Nether Goyfs is also kind of okay. Okay, I am going to keep this, and this is going to be one of the times where I just play out an LED. And I'm going to Ponder first because, yeah, Wasteland. Meanwhile, they mulligan to 6. Okay, they found 6 they like. Come on, Ponder. Okay. How do we feel about this? I don't think I can keep these. Like, the second land is good. Tendrils, like, theoretically would be nice, but I have, like, no rituals and 3 discard spells. I think I need a tutor more. I think we're lucky that we draw a land there. I'm playing out the LED because that is the obvious take if they lead on Thoughtseize. And I don't think there's a lot that gets, like, that removes an LED from play in Dimir. Okay, so that's Tamiyo. So that means our Empty the Warrens is off. Well, most likely anyways. Okay, I'm going to bobble them, see what they're drawing, and then that is going to inform my Thoughtseize. They're drawing a Force of Will. Okay. Well, let's Thoughtseize them now. Wasteland, second Force of Will. Okay, so I think I take Brainstorm, and then I take second Force of Will. Yeah, this isn't good. Like, that Wasteland is a big problem. I draw Dark Ritual, that's good. Here comes the Wasteland. I assume they're going to fire it off. No, oh yeah, well, now they will. That's another Goyf. Yep, there goes Wasteland. I mean, let's see. I can make 8 goblins here. No, I can't. I can make 6 goblins, and then they counter 1. And as soon as they find Brainstorm, the goblins are just out. If I make 6 goblins, they can like perma block 1 with Tamiyo, and then they take 4, and then 3, that's 7, then 2, that's 9, then 1, that's 10. So it's not great. Um, I think I pass here for like if I can find another land, then that is actually 8 goblins, not 10. And let's see here. They might also they found a second land. Okay. And now they can like crack the clue. Okay, I think I am going to make 8 goblins if they let me, I mean. Yeah, you never countered the pedal there. Please counter this. Okay, they didn't. Yep, it's 2025 and you're witnessing the ugly truth of Empty the Warrens into an on-table Tameo. So they draw a card here. If there's a land and any cantrip in the top 2 cards of their deck, they get to just flip Tameo next turn, and I will shamefully concede. So their hand is Brazen Borrower, Force of Will, and 2 unknowns. There's the land. They feel like a card is worth 1 point of damage. I kind of agree. Well, they're not flipping Tameo this turn. The Dark Ritual is good. I think I Thoughtseize them here. Like, their clock can be pretty real with Brazen Borrower, but that's also their blue card. But because I'm so choked on mana, I think I take. Do I take Force of Will or Daze here? I think I have to take Force of Will. Okay, so you take 7, put you to 12. Next turn you take 6, put you to 6, take 5, put you to 1, take 4, you're dead. I mean, you would imagine they'd be able to flip Tammy before then, but I mean, let's see here. We like all the damage we deal. What's this? Draw with the thing. They drew a card. But yeah, like all the damage we can deal them is like giving us a tiny backdoor shot at like a mini tendrils. But I'm not hopeful. Okay, here they come. Okay, they're attacking with both creatures. Makes me think they have the ability to flip Tameo, or they wouldn't have. Yeah, alright. Brainstorm it is. Ooh, and they found Wasteland. Okay, so that is GG. Next turn they can like flashback personal force of will. Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna concede. Yep, they got the better of us here. Tameo putting Empty the Warrens to shame, but we kind of went in with our eyes open. Alright, so last round coming up, positive record on the line. Alright, we're on the draw here for the final round. I think I have to mulligan this hand. It's just sort of a nothing hand. And that's more like it. Gonna bottom the Bloodstained Mire and hope to do well. Opponent is also a Bloodstained Mire gamer. And Underground Sea. And we're getting Thoughtseized. Okay. I would imagine it's between Infernal Tutor and Brainstorm here, and that they're gonna take Infernal Tutor. So the Bloodstained Mire could indicate this is Grixis Tempo, or it could indicate another combo deck. I don't want to fetch non-basics here, so I want to have a good Brainstorm next turn, and have the ability to Brainstorm right now. Okay, so Tameo. Okay. I think I do Brainstorm. I am kind of happy with my hand here, but I also want to develop my mana and like do stuff. That was not so good. Alright, I'm going to put back a Scalding Tarn and Lotus Petal. The Lotus Petal is my, like, half of what I'm missing to get towards Delirium. Maybe I'll get rid of a Cabal Ritual instead. And let's pass. Yeah, because I'm not going off right now, and I would rather save my Thoughtseize for the combo turn. And also, like, it plays into Daze. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is fine. Nethergorf. Okay, so another Dimir Tempo deck by the looks of it, and they're missing their land drop, so I wouldn't put it past anyone to like sit on a wasteland here. So I am going to fetch Swamp. If this Misty Rainforest also fetched basic Swamp, I would have fetched Undercity Sewers there. Demonic Counsel. Okay, well, So that is what we need, right? Let's see. I have 3 lands, 4 with Lotus Petals, 6 with Dark Ritual, and I will be able to have the Delirium, so that means 9 with Cabal Ritual, 8 with Thoughtseize, 6 with Demonic Counsel. So I'm going to start off with the Thoughtseize here, see what we're working with. Of course, you have double Force of Will, you scoundrel. Okay. Well, let's take the Force of Will. And they also have a Daze. Do they keep missing on the land drops? Okay, they find a land. So we know their hand now, and we know they're going to have Bowmasters online next turn. They put Brazen Borrower into the graveyard. Okay, this would be an amazing time to find another discard spell, and I'm going to Surveil. Or even an Infernal Tutor. I think this is good enough. Let me just see here. So 3 mana. I have to sort of discount one of them because they have Daze. So 2 lands, 3 with Petal, 5 with Dark Ritual, 8 with Cabal Ritual, 6 with Demonic Counsel. No, it's not quite enough. It's not quite enough. I suppose I could Infernal Tutor for another Demonic Counsel, but I mean, that doesn't really do anything. I think it's exactly not enough mana, right? Because this Demonic Counsel in this case becomes my disruption. So I go 2 mana, Dark Ritual before Lotus Spell 5, Cabal Ritual 8, -2 from Council at 6, getting a Thoughtseize, that's 5. Then I have 5 mana floating and an Infernal Tutor. They're at 17 life too. I think I put this in the graveyard actually, yeah. Ad Nauseam, okay. Okay, that... I'm at 12 though. So 3 lands, 5 Dark Ritual, 8 Cabal Ritual, 9 Petal, 7 Demonic Counsel, 6 Duress. Then they daze something, 5. I go off with Ad Nauseam at 12 life with nothing floating but having not made my land drop. And a pretty stocked graveyard. I think I make my stand here. We might even get them to like Dark Ritual, Forceful. Nah. There's no world where I want the Ad Nauseam countered, right? No. What if they countered the Cabal Ritual? How do I feel about that? I don't think I feel I feel great about that. It would be a bold spot to force, but yeah, I think forcing this Cabal Rit would be like pretty backbreaking. And what do? I Demonic Counsel for maybe for Past in Flames and then hope to spike a Ritual. Well, they are thinking long and hard about this. And they do force. Pitching the Murktide, okay. So I guess I cast Demonic Counsel here. And I guess I get a Cabal Ritual? I think so. They can daze this, but that doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, and I'm an idiot. I forgot. I needed to activate the pedal. Oh, what a bummer. Okay. Well, gonna concede. Shame concede. Also, pretty practical concede here. Yeah. Oh, this is funny. I've never done this before. Clicking draw a card, they disappear from my open library. Yeah, fun. Anyways, how do we rebound from this? I think I board like I did last game. Like Empty the Warrens, especially on the play, is interesting, even though they have Tamio. I don't think this is a Reanimator deck. I think I'm gonna go with Flusterstorm over the Nihil Spellbomb, and I'm gonna board out the Ad Nauseam Chrome Mox. I still board out like a Mishra's Bauble and maybe a Ponder. And maybe a second bauble. No, I think I keep in the second bauble and board out one Demonic Counsel. Yeah, it's. I'm not used to having like playing a tutor that has delirium, and you really need to be on your game to not like make like schoolboy errors like the one I just did. All right, we're on the play here. Let's go. And mulligan. Yeah. Keep this. Going to. Hmm. I think I'm going to bottom. It's actually Infernal Tutor. And then I really hope that I don't get. What do you call it? Thoughtseize, which is obviously a real risk. Okay, another Goyf. Best possible case. Worst possible case, Thoughtseize. Second possible case, Tamio. I think I fetch Undercity Sewers here. Wasteland is a problem, but I'll keep the bauble. And I'll keep it for now for storm reasons. It's not a wasteland. They attack me with a 1-2. I bet they have a Bowmasters, don't you think? So right now I have 8 goblins. Do I... Oh man. What do I do here? I think I just prioritize getting the goblins down and dealing any amount of damage I can to then have tendrils later. Is there a way to like lure a daze out of them here? Like obviously we can't afford to have them force the dark ritual or the lotus petal. If they have double daze, they might double daze a dark ritual. But if they have one daze, they're not going to daze a dark ritual if I have 3 lands. So you see the kind of things we have to contemplate here. I think I'm going to just try out this dark ritual. And then the petal. And then the bauble. If they have consign to memory, that's an issue. Okay. Empty the warrens. Please don't have consign to memory. Okay, they didn't have consign to memory. They can Flusterstorm here, and I can make sure 2 copies resolve. And they have Orcish Bowmasters as certain as the sun rises every morning here, I think. Do I bauble, though? Bauble means that the army gets to, like, chump block. Then again, I'm, like, also kind of want the stored draw here. Oh, it's a Brazen Borrower. Bounce one of these? Okay. Now I think I bauble them. If they have Bowmasters, then they have to like tap out on their own turn. I would imagine if you had Bowmasters, you would prioritize that over the... No, guess not. So now I'm down to 5 friends. And they can eat 2 of them, so I only deal 3 damage. Yeah, that really sucks. That really sucks. Are they willing to trade the Bowmasters to make sure only 2 of these resolve, or 2 of these get through? That means they have a second Bowmasters. Oh yeah, never mind. They were summoning sick. Yeah, I don't think I like this plan. I mean, this is not even in the face of Tamio, but like empty the Warrens versus a format where the tempo decks have built-in removal. Okay, Graph Taker's Cage means my Past in Flames is off. So 1 is going to get through here, and that's going to put them to 14. And then they're going to flash in the Brazen Borrower, and they will have a clock that is... Well, the Nether Goyf is still pretty small, but the clock is going to be pretty significant. And then I basically am looking at having to fire off my tendrils next turn, I think. Let's see here. I'm getting dealt 6 here, it looks like, so I can wait another turn. We will be able to get Threshold. Dark Ritual, okay. Well, That's okay. I'm gonna hold back this Goblin token to chump block. Or do they have a second Bowmasters? Surgical and Dark Ritual. Oh, gross. Okay. And they paid mana for it too. Which I mean, of course, why not? What else are you doing with your mana? But yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, but I was just saying, like, Empty the Warrens, even without considering Tameo, I think, like, what do you call it? The fact that Bowmasters, at least you don't want, I think Empty the Warrens is probably still fine versus, like, Izzet or Rug Delver, or Rug Tempo, but having it against Bowmasters where, like, the Bowmasters comes in, kills one Goblin token, and then it puts two blockers in place, so it effectively their main deck playing things that kill three of your things, and is also like hosing your draws. So you can't really develop. This art is cool. Yeah, I'm just not sure I'm a fan. They're attacking with the Bowmasters, offering it up. I'll be taking 3, 6, 7, 8 if I block the Bowmasters. I would be at 3, so I can't fetch and Thoughtseize, so I don't think I can do that. I'm gonna block the Nethergoyf. I'm not even like drawing cards anyways. Fisher's Bauble, okay. Well, let's Thoughtseize here. Force of Will. Okay, so they have Consign to Memory. I'm guessing. I mean, why else would you offer that? There's a Daze on top of their deck. And here comes Tendrils. And here comes your Consign to Memory. What a shock. Alright, GG's opponent. Yeah. Opponent played well, and I don't think I did. And I also don't think I'm not that comfortable with this matchup, I will say. Alright, so how did this feel? Well, not as well as I had hoped, I must say. It was super fun playing against the blue-white control deck, but I don't feel good about how these last two rounds went against Dimir Tempo. And you can just like make it would be even it would probably feel even worse if it was Dimir Tempo Reanimator. But the fact that they can quite handily put, I won't say like a super fast clock, but like disrupt our hand with a reasonable clock and have Bowmasters, which I mean, Bowmasters isn't that devastating against us, but we are also like this build has the 4 baubles, which the baubles feel really awkward versus Bowmasters. Um, but yeah, I also don't want to put too much stock into this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna test some more. But the Empty the Warrens, oh, that didn't feel that good, I must say. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you had fun. Thanks so much for watching, and do the YouTube stuff, please. You know, it really helps the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. The same jazz everyone says. It does actually matter, so please do that. Stay safe out there. I'll be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.